got sunlight and snowflakes. Sky's clear over here, and it looks like we got a devil of a snowstorm coming in on that side. So all that snow that was bombarding our friends out in the Maritimes seems to be creeping inward. This weekend, maybe make it a foot. I saw a break in the weather, thought get out and do a couple things, and then I'm going to probably relax for most of my weekend. Rocky Patel, 1990. I've probably covered it on here before. These little guys are crazy because they're small cigars. At this point, I've probably lit this one almost 10 minutes ago, and I'm like hardly even through it. And they take a long time to smoke. They are long filler, and they're hand rolled, and they're tight. They're really tight. Like there's a lot of tobacco in there. I have a what are they called? Kentucky fire cured cigars that are as thick as a Robusto. They're about 45 ring gauge. I think 45. And they're 4 inches long, but I can smoke one of those in like 20 minutes. This will take quite a bit longer than that. And if I try to go quick on this cigar, I will get the cigar sickness. If you find yourself in that spot where you've been smoking a cigar, maybe you went a little too quick and you start to get nauseous, one of the best things to do is get something sweet into you. Typically when I do like a nice big, we'll call it, I don't want to call it an event, but when you're having a nice cigar with friends and whatnot, we'll usually have dinner, then you smoke your cigar, then you have dessert, right? And that sugar bump can usually address the cigar sickness. That's something about smoking cigars you kind of have to learn when you're coming into it sort of new, is you're gonna get a bit of that nausea, and you're gonna have to sort of find out which types of tobaccos, which types of cigars put you there. Now my favorite Rocky Patel is the 92, although it's in a pretty tight race with the winter collection. The winter collection cigars are quite a bit more expensive. I think a 92 is about $20 here. Winter collection is around 35, so it's getting close to twice the price. I find in these junior versions, the 92s, every single time I smoked it, I got the cigar sickness. The 90s and the 99s, which I have right now, they don't do anything to me. They don't upset me. So it seems like I can get a full Robusto in the 92 and not get the nausea. But when I do the juniors, I do, probably because I smoke them quicker, and just the amount of nicotine that I take in a shorter period of time leads to a bit of that nausea. So if you get the cigar sickness, you just want to throw a little sugar into you. You know, I suggest a Coke or a Pepsi. And I would say probably get something with like real sugar in it. I'm not sure like the Diet Pop would do it, because from what I understand, if you get nauseous, it's because your blood sugar is dropped. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about that stuff in full. But I say it's nice to have a Pepsi or a Coke around, a cola, whatever it is you drink. And if you don't have that and you don't like that, I would say, you know, we live in Canada. You go over to Tim Hortons and you get a double-double, you know, a little bit of fat in the cream, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of caffeine. That'll take you right out of the cigar nausea, at least in my experience. The thing about, well, what I should say is what I wish Rocky Patel would do with these juniors is just put it out a mixer pack. Like, that would be awesome. You could get one of a 92 and 90 and 99 and 03, and then I think there's an 09 or an 05 in there. And then you get like one of each in the junior size in one of those packs. Maybe they have them. I haven't seen them. That would be a good way to try a bunch of stuff. Pulled this guy out of the humidor today. I pulled the wrapper off before, or the label off before I came out to the car, because I knew I'd be driving and I don't like tinkering with that. And I cracked and ripped the wrapper a bit, but like all I did was wet my thumb, like lick my thumb and just press it over, and I can't even see the crack anymore. So that might be a quick solution if you've if you've cracked the wrapper on your cigar, just lick your thumb and gently push it over. It might just stick. Yeah, I don't really think I have anything of any value to say. Just that, these Rocky Patel Juniors are a good way to try some slightly more premium sticks at a more reasonable price. I am noticing, wow, that's a first, that on the back end of the cigar, I'm getting a little bit of that nasty black cigar tar coming out of it. Typically, that's something I find on a little more budget-friendly cigar, so I wonder what's up with that. It's the first time with a Rocky Patel that I've gotten that. You definitely don't want that stuff on your tongue. I'll show you what it is. There's my finger now. And as you can see, it's kind of brown and tarry. Get that on your clothes, you'll stain them. So, that's the first out of a Rocky Patel. Guess it's just an oily stick today. Man, is it a tight draw though. Ooh. Anyways, time for me to get to driving, get to doing some things, and then get to relaxing. Got a long weekend. I don't know if it's a long weekend where you are. We had a thing called Family Day around here, and they give you a day off. You get paid for it. So, I'll probably spend the time reading Tolkien. I've had the books for the Lord of the Rings series for years, and I've sort of started reading them on and off and never followed through. But I do all my internet on my cell phone now, and I have a limited amount of gigabytes I can do in a month. So what it's done is it's taken me off the internet and into the real world more. Now, a lot of people are like, well, just get a proper internet signal so you can stream all day and do this and that and the other. And I'm like, okay, well, unless I need it, I don't really want it, because what's happened is now that I have a very limited amount, like I can basically use like 2 gigs a day, which, to put that into perspective, if you're streaming at like 720p, that's maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of streaming. So, but what I find is it's forcing me to spend more time with my guitars, more time making music, more time reading, in some cases more time playing video games, but not too much. And for me, who doesn't always show a lot of restraint when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's almost good to have a limited amount of use. And I don't have regular cable, regular TV, right? So it really cuts back on screen time. I find I'm a lot more disciplined in my workouts because of it. A lot more disciplined in my guitar playing. I get out more, and it forces me to be in the real world more. And that's probably a good thing. Cheers.